Alright guys, today we're going to take a look at something a bit different. It is a very different type of gunplay here. It is actually the RX-78 Gundam Mobile Suit RX-78 Real Type. And this is actually the 21st Century Edition, I think is what they call it. So it's kind of an interpretation of what a Gundam would look like now if they made it, kind of giving it that sort of design by calling it the real type and stuff like that. And it is actually, in fact, the HG Revive Grandpa Gundam. So it's actually a pretty cool build. This is actually the first Revive I've ever done. But I was definitely intrigued by the color and the design on this guy. And the box is very different from other HGs because it's oriented this way, for instance, and the fact that this is actually, well, it's kind of a photo of the actual thing, but kind of a drawing at the same time. So it's very interesting instead of just straight up artwork. We'll take a closer look at the box here in a second. At the top, of course, you get the Earth Federation Space Forces logo there. RX-78 Gundam. Great image there, of course. Down here is something. I don't actually know what that is. HGUC down there on the bottom. Got a little Bandai emblem there. And if we come in a little bit closer, gotta tilt the camera, you get the specs on the Gundam. So you get height 18 meters, weight 43.4 tons, generator output, all kinds of cool stuff there. That is awesome. I do like that. And then of course here you get the little bitty Gundam emblem there. Now this box is different, guys. It's it doesn't really give you a whole lot on the actual box. If we come actually around to this side, I gotta back up so you can actually see. So you get the action shots, but they're like that. Let me turn it. Okay, so let's go with this. Hold on, I'm out of the light source. There we go. That's a little bit better. Back to normal. Okay, so ignore the fact that it's sideways. So you get these nice obligatory Gundam action shots, you know, the kind of flying backwards and shooting. You get the beam saber effect there. And then here, of course, it shows that you have markings. We're going to talk about these a lot, guys. Believe me. And then, of course, you get the obligatory warning here. Don't let your 3-year-old eat anything in this box. It'll probably be bad for them. Stuff I actually don't know what it says. You got the different types of plastics. You got the little guy on the toilet. Of course, this says 21st century real type version there. About 1,200 yen. No. Definitely paid more than that. I wish it was only 1,200 yen. That's about the price of the normal revives. Actually, I really like this. This is a good shot here. I like the text there. It's just very plain. I really like that. It's like, it doesn't really remind me of Gundam. It does remind me of Real. So it goes Real type. This actually looks like something from the 80s. I really like just all of this. Everything about this is awesome. Of course, you got your Gundam.info there. Actually, they put the price right there. That's interesting. And if you come to this side, it shows the other 21st century lineup. Actually, it says it right there. That's funny. Okay, so you get your Gundam. You get your Real type. Oh my god, I'm drawing a friggin' blank. Gun cannon? Gym cannon? Yeah, something like that. I'm dumb. Like, I looked at it and went, So it has more kind of realistic weaponry there on the shoulders instead of just the two cannons. And then, of course, you get the goof down here. I actually really like the way this goof is, but if these are water slides, like I've had to put on this will be a huge pain in the butt just by looking at it. Like I said, we'll talk about that in a little bit. I can't make it go upside down, guys, so I'm going to make it go sideways. So we're going to go from the box, and then we're going to go ahead and go right into the build. Yay, we haven't done a build in a little bit. Alright, let's do that. Alright guys, now that we've got this guy built, here it is. I really do like the design. I really do like the colors of this guy. And you'll probably notice something a little bit different on this guy. He's not very shiny, because this is the first time I've ever tried doing a matte coat. And sadly, right here on the shield, it shows really bad. Not gonna lie. I would love to be able to redo that. But the rest of it actually came out pretty decent. Even got it on the stand here. I really did just a quick clear coat on it, just to see what would happen, to be perfectly honest. I had never done one. I've done semi-gloss, and I've definitely done a gloss clear. I've never done a flat, and that's interesting, to say the least. And I do think in some cases it did help this kit. Now, it was also my first revive, as I mentioned earlier, and I like the way it goes together. I really do. I mean, I'm kind of got used to the IBO, like inner frames and stuff, and this, of course, goes back to the old school way of doing things, you know, where you basically only build the joints and then you're sandwiching armor together. So, I mean, it's really nice. It's very posable. I really do dig the Revive line for this. Here, let me get a little bit better light on it. There we go. Whoop, too low. I even have to play with the lights on camera. There we go. Come on. Stay. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at this guy, because there's a couple really nice details on it. Set the stand off to the side. It feels funny. It also has that matte finish on it. Take a nice close look at the head here, which is clearly a grandpa head. If I can get the light in there. There we go. He's got some nice little foil sticker eyes. Now, I'll give you two options, because the eyes are actually a clear yellow plastic. You can put in a nice reflective surface behind that and then kind of paint around the eyes. I honestly tried doing that, but it wasn't showing very well at all. So I went ahead and put the normal foil sticker eyes in there, and honestly I dig it. You know, I love the fact they stick with the brown, they go with the normal yellow eyes on that. One thing they did change was up here, it actually does have kind of this dark brownish maroon for the front and rear camera. So you can see, yeah, just right in there. I actually really like that. I like the color scheme for this in general. It got away from the whites and the blues, and I really like it. So everything that should be blue is this kind of dark gunmetal-ish color. Everything that should be white is just this pure gray. Of course, everything that's red is this deep maroon color, and I really like it. And I really do actually like these green and black and white accents, which are the biggest problem with this kit, but we'll go into that into more detail later. Oh boy. As for any kind of custom paints like I usually do, of course I did panel line everything. It doesn't have a ton of panel lines, but you know, here in the chest vents, right in here, that's pretty much it. You get a few on the sides of the leg armor, like right in there, and then a few little indentations here and there, maybe back here. That's pretty much it. I mean, I had painted very little detail, but I thought it was stuff that was kind of necessary. So, like the beam sabers up here, I gave them my favoriteest dark gray ever for the handles, and then a little bit of silver here, and then some silver on the tips there. Same thing right here. Add a little bit of silver there. On the boosters down here, they got some gold on the inside, and then a little silver ring there. Down here on the foot is probably the only other paint I really did. Right in there, you can see the pistons, obviously, and a few little metal details. So a little bit of silver, a little bit of gold down there. Then underneath, oh, wow, I only did one foot. I'm going to have to go back and do this. I'm embarrassed, honestly, because I forgot to do the bottom of this foot with just that little bit of silver detail like that. Yeah, that's kind of it, honestly. The back of the shield I did a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and remove the entire hand and shield because it's actually easier. And then I'm actually going to remove the gun from this hand just so I can get to articulation here in a second. I'll go ahead and show off. I did the back of the shield with a little bit of silver, panel lining, and then some favorite dark gray. Then even the handle for the shield got some silver on it too, like right there. So I really just wanted to add just a little bit of detail to it. I'm really not happy with what happened here. You can see that that coat did not go on right. I think I'll have to add just another, just to even that out. Alright, so this is a revive, so that means they actually gave it some good articulation. We'll start at the head as usual, and it does, of course, go all the way around. I'm being very careful not to, accidentally break the V-fin. It is a fiddly little thing. And of course, this gem here is very loose. I did actually cut off the safety nubs because it just looks better. You do get the nice turkey head, turkey neck, whatever. So the standard HG double ball jointed neck, as usual. See, look, the V-fin's already trying to work loose. Well, I guess a tiny detail is the head Vulcan right there. Got a little bit of silver. Alright, as for the fact this being Revive, they gave it the upward shoulder tilt. What was that? Oh, that was an entire chunk of sticker just fell off. Okay, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. The thing that annoyed me the most. Okay, so you can reach way up. Way up with this guy. Oh, that did not want to focus. There it goes. Okay. And of course, everything is a little bit stiff on this since I added that clear coat. He gets the bicep swivel, as you would expect. Some really nice double jointed elbow. I think can it go farther? Nope, that's about it. Okay, I don't want to push it, but I can go about that far. And you can see right here, this is part of the problem, guys. Yep. Okay. He does get a little bit of ab wiggle. He gets some ab crunchy crunch. He can rotate at the center section. If you really work it up, you can go all the way around. You see what just happened there. So he can go around decently. He can turn nice and freely. Of course, you do get the leg skirts, as you should. I've got to be careful. You can see how bad that is right there. Of course, butt skirt doesn't move at all, so don't even worry about that. So you can get the leg all the way up. Nice high kick going on there. And, you're not going to go too far back, about like that. You do get the upper thigh rotation. And you do get a nice... I'm even going upside down for this. Ridiculous double jointed knee. He can literally bend over backwards at the knee. Isn't that awesome? Alright, and then for ankle, you get a nice high ankle joint up here. Which, not a ball joint, I think it's a swivel. You get the ball joint down here, though. The foot itself doesn't rotate a whole lot. You can see it just barely wiggles. But you get some nice toe point there. And, of course, it can rock back like that. And the ankle armor does, in fact, get a swivel. So it's not all part of the foot, which I always appreciate that. Okay, so we'll set him down. Oh, of course, the beam sabers move a little bit. I'm going to set him down for a second. Oh, look, some more flaking off. Of course it is. Let's talk accessories right quick before we get to the real problem with this kit. Alright, so you get the standard Grandpa beam rifle. It's neat. I do like it. I didn't do anything special to it, to be perfectly honest. I do like that this even comes in that not yellow color there. I do like it. It's almost gold. That's just pretty. Of course, I just flat coated that real quick. Of course, you do get the standard Grandpa shield, as we've already seen. It does come with this nice little sticker that really doesn't mean anything, I don't think. Haven't seen that it actually serves a purpose. And it does have this peg that does peg right into the forearm right there. And, of course, you plug the hand in after that. Let's see if I can get it without many problems. The hand goes in nicely. Then you plug that in there. Of course, you can plug it in directly just to the arm. That's not a problem. But if you do that, of course, you can turn the arm with the shield. So that's nice. You do get his quintessential bazooka. Just what it is. It does actually have the nice swivel here, so he can hold it pretty nicely. I didn't do any kind of detailing on this, just panel lining. And even that's fairly basic. I don't even think I went over it very much. It actually looks really good. Like this plastic is actually kind of a nice semi-metallic gray. It actually looks good right out of the box. So just adding that clear coat, it just made a little bit of a difference. And of course, this is the important bit right here. you do get a nice little clip to attach it to his booty. So you turn him around, you see this little flap here. You just pop that guy right off without breaking anything, hopefully. Yep, just like that. And you can see it's got that little slot right there. And you can take the clip off. I just kind of leave it on the bazooka for the most part because it's actually easier. So he does get the nice bazooka storage. I wish he had the upper clip on his back for storing a rifle, though. That would actually be pretty sweet. Okay, you gonna stand? Okay, stand. He's got really good feet. I don't know why he's just wanting to be difficult. Actually, I know why he's wanting to be difficult. He's not happy with me. Okay, and you do actually get some nice open hands. Nothing special. I do like the fact, you get the back of the hand is gray, I think with Grandpa it was like that way anyways, didn't have a white back of the hand. Oh, and I do love the fact you get a right and left open palm. That's awesome. And of course you see with this hand, you do have the regular fist. You do get a standard regular fist right here. And just like, I think it was on the Gundam local type, you get this cool trigger finger hand that comes with a rifle. Now this one is in fact, the back of the hand has the trigger finger, and I really do think that's a cool gimmick. It gets a little scary though when you go to pull it off. I'll go ahead and put on this normal fist on this hand just to show off the beam sabery. If I can do that without ripping anything apart that I don't want to fall off. Scared. Very scared. And he does come with some really, really good beam saber blades. I like this. And it does do that really well. And it is, it's nicely posable. I do like this guy. I like the extra details. I love where they put all these new stickers. Where is that blade pointing? Just like over here. Oh, yep. Sticker totally came off. That you can see right there. Totally gone. Alright. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, guys. These things are water slides. And they are a nightmare. This is my first real attempt at doing water slides. And while ones that are on flat surfaces, like these knees, things down here, right here, those are all okay. Those were not that difficult to apply. But if you get to any type of non-flat surface, like right in here, I'll even show this. I mean, I'm semi-embarrassed. You can see, if I get close, that is just really, really ugly. Had to cut, fold, and everything else like that. Over here on this edge, I didn't even really wrap it around. It just ripped off. Same thing right here in this corner. This has even got a tiny bit of super glue to help it. That made it even worse. Not even gonna lie. Here on this part, these do not cooperate whatsoever. They will not curve around the curvature of the leg. So I had that tiny slit there so it would help. And it did. I did this leg second, and it's actually smoother than the first leg, which is this one. So you can see there's chunks missing, a little wrinkle right in there. Now I do know, you can get the mark softer and the mark setter, and good Lord, I wish I had it, because this guy probably would have been so much better. Like, just quality-wise, it's just, like, disappointment. Like, you saw what just happened on the beam saber. I pull it out of the hand, and I've got that entire sticker right there. Probably just going to be in the palm of the hand. And just be, it already is making me miserable. I'm not even going to lie. I know that is ruined, and I can't fix it. And it looks so good. This is the problem. You can make it look good once, but the stickers don't want to stay on. Like, it didn't matter. Like, a lot of them are just wanting to come off like that. Look, you can see it. It just ripped in half. It's not even remotely sticking to the plastic in any way, shape, or form. Just coming apart. So now, I mean, I guess I could, with just that bit, I could paint that. That's not a problem. I could easily just paint a red ring around that. Some of the other stripes, like the yellow stripe around the arm, I could repaint that as a yellow or whatever stripe. It does annoy me because now it's not as good as it was. See, it looked way better when I started, didn't it? I knew it. Yep, and there we go. So while I really did like this kit, I was so frustrated by the time I was done with the water slides. I really didn't care. I really didn't. Like even now, just handling it a little bit in this review, you know, certain parts are flaking off, like what happened on the back side of the arm, because of the way these have to layer. So this one layers over that other sticker, and you can see it just completely broke off and fell off, you know, right as I started the review. So I can't really make contact with anything that has a sticker without fear that it's going to fall off. Now, I really, really wish that Bandai would make this with a normal set of stickers. I really do. Normal set of decals. Dry transfers would... I mean, at this point, they're acting like dry transfers, just kind of falling and flaking off. And maybe that's my fault for putting on the top coat the way I did. I don't know. Mark Setter, Mark Softer would probably help out a lot. All I know is that I will never touch this thing once it's in my display. It will just stay however it is, because I know these stickers are just going to flake and fall off as I go. This is my major, major disappointment with this. I went into this kit because I love the design, I love the colors, and I came out miserable because of the water slides. And, you know, realistically, you need them to finish the look. You know, this awesome white and green here and on the knees. You need that for it to be perfect. You know? Even up here on the shoulder parts, like this red triangle, it came off on me already once, and I got it to stick back, but God knows for how long now. You know? So I might have to go in and just paint a stripe around that. Or just negate that beam saber altogether. Just go one beam saber. I don't know. But that's kind of it for this review, guys. I recommend this kit, but if you don't do water slides, honestly, it's going to look boring. It's just going to look like a normal Grandpa Gundam with, you know, different colors. That's all it's going to look like. You need these decals for it to look good, but you're going to have to either be really, really perfectly on your water slide game, or, you know, it's going to end up like this. This is my first go, and I'm sad. So down the line, once I get better at water slides, I might go at this again. Like, go ahead and buy a whole nother one just to start over, because I'm sadly disappointed. Like, from this distance, it's okay. You know, you guys can't, you can see like some of the scuffs and stuff, but you can't see the real mistakes. I know they're there, and it bugs me, and, well, it is what it is. So that's it for this time, guys. Yeah. Real type. They turned into the Gundam Real Talk. Alright, well, make sure you check out all the rest of the reviews. The Double October has been going on now for a couple weeks. It will continue until it's over. And, yeah. So, remember, guys, to always keep on building.